Sometimes as gardeners, we're all so focused on all the tasks that need to be done that we miss the things that are right in front of our eyes. And for a few years now, I think I had noticed that some of my irises were starting to fade away and I was missing plants and I was having less blooms. But I really didn't think it would come to this. I realized the other day that I have iris borers in all of my plants and they do damage like this. That stalk at the back that is all mushy and looks like it is rotting, that has an iris borer inside. An iris borer is a lot like a squash vine borer or any other grub. An insect lays an egg at some given point in time, and then that egg hatches and turns into effectively a grub, which bores its way through the plant. The method that I chose to go with was to soak all of my plants for overnight. So I got out every single tub I could find and I dug them out one by one, the type of iris by each individual type of iris, and let them sit overnight. Then the next day when I came to them, I started to notice some of these borers floating around in the water. And so this is one of the larger ones that I found floating in the water, but effectively I'm trying to make sure that those are dead. And so that when I put these plants back in the ground, hopefully I have put a halt in the cycle, and so that those grubs don't turn into insects, which then go out and lay more eggs, which continues the cycle. I'm hoping to put a stop to that and to not let that continue in the garden. The things to prevent iris borers is to make sure to cut down the foliage every year, and so that when the eggs are laid, they don't last year over year. And so what I was left with was very many piles of irises sitting in the yard. I had them sorted by type of iris, short to tall. Some of them were labeled by labeled varieties. I set those aside. And the next thing I did was dig out a brand new garden because I didn't want to put these back into the ground where they had been, where potentially I would have borers laying dormant in the soil that could then attach back to the plant that they had come from and cause more problems and continue the cycle. So, my friends, sometimes that's how a new garden bed comes about.